Encapsulation is one of the fundamental concepts in object-oriented programming. It describes the idea of wrapping data and the methods that work on data within one unit. We have the methods and variables in class. In encapsulation, we just wrap them inside the class. We encapsulate the methods and variables which cannot be accessed outside the class. So basically it means that this puts the restrictions on accessing the variables and methods directly and can prevent the accidental modification of data. So to prevent the accidental change, an object's variable can only be changed by an object's method. Those types of variables are known as the private variables. Let's consider a real-life example of encapsulation. In a university, there are different sections like academic office, finance office, and there are different departments like sociology, business, or computer science major. The academic section handles all the academic records of all the data related to students. Similarly, the Department of Computer Science deals only with the computer science students. Now there may arise a situation when for some reason an official from computer science section needs all the data about academics in a particular month. In this case, he is not allowed to directly access the data of academic office. He will first have to contact some other officer in the academic office and then request him to give the particular data. This is what encapsulation is. Here the data of academic office and the employees that can manipulate them are wrapped under a single name, that is academic section. So using the encapsulation also hides the data. So in this section, the data of these sections like academic office, finance, and computer are hidden from any other section. So let's see how we can achieve the encapsulation in Python. So let me make a parent or base class, and let's make its constructor. And I'm just making the two variables inside here so I can show you that how we can encapsulate them, or to show you that how we can make them private or protected so they cannot access outside the class. So let's say parent A, parent B, and let's make the subclass which is derived from the parent class child and def self. So I have to call super, or I can simply write the parent class name dot init to inherit it properly. Yeah. So and now I want to call this variable. I want to access this variable inside this class. So let's just print self dot is. This is simple inheritance so far. So there's not a problem. There should not be a problem to access this variable. And because as a child class I should be able to access the parents variables or methods. So let's make the object of parent first, p.a. So definitely a is defined inside this class, so it should print the a. It should not be a problem. And okay, print p.a, and we got the parent a. And now let's make the object of child and now c.a. So definitely we can still access the parent a, because the self.a is the parent variable, and as a child class we can access the parents variable. But how we can encapsulate these variables so we cannot access, we make these variables encapsulated so no one can access the variable outside that class. So there are two types of variables. One is the protected and other is the private. So let's first discuss the protected. Protected variables are those variables of the class that cannot be accessed outside the class but can be accessed from within the class and its subclasses. To accomplish this task in Python, we have to follow the convention by prefixing the name of the number by a single underscore, So this is protected variable now. Yeah, although protected variable can be accessed outside of the class as well as in a derived class, but it is customary convention, not a rule, to not access the protected outside the class only. But yeah, it is possible to access, like let me show you that and delete this. Yeah, we can still access the parent a. Also, it is a protected variable. It is not a good practice to access the protected variable outside the class, but yeah, we can still access that. So what if I make the variable private, and how we can make the private? So let me explain what the private members are. Private variables or members are similar to protected members. The difference is that the class members declared private should neither be accessed outside the class nor by any base class. In Python, there is no existence of private instance variables that cannot be accessed except inside a class. So we can make this variable private by just prefixing this name by double underscore. So now this is, yeah, so now this is private variable. And what if I call print self dot b? Let's see if we can access it or not. Yeah, so it is giving an attribute error because b is the private variable which cannot be accessed outside this class. So what if I make the object of parent in which it is defined and then access it? Let's see we can access it still or not. Yeah, p dot p. Yeah, so it still gives an attribute error because definitely the private member cannot be called by any class, either it is a base class or subclass. Private, there is no existence of private instance variable. So this is how we can encapsulate, how we can make the variables private or protected, so to ensure the privacy and ensure that those variables cannot be accessed by other user outside the class. So this, yeah, this variable can be accessed only inside the class. If I just print self dot a plus private, let's see. Okay, self dot, oh sorry, it was b. Yeah, now see. So yeah, it was a private variable, but we were inside this class, so we modified it and then printed. So inside the class, yeah, we can modify or we can access the private variable, but outside that class we can never access the private members. So this is how we can make the private members and protected members, and how we can encapsulate the data inside the one class.